So the question is, how long does it take for your vasectomy to heal? I got a vasectomy back in 2005. So I rode my bike home from the surgery. I don't recommend doing that, but I just talk about that as, it's a very, very minor surgery. It's local anesthetic. Local means, let's say I'm going to do surgery on your hand here. It's just an injection anesthetic there, and you stay awake and you just laying down. The surgeon does their job. General anesthetic is for pussies. Let's say I'm going to do a little surgery here. Some people, I want to be knocked out totally. I want to totally flood my body full of anesthesia and be totally knocked out. That's just really dumb, in my opinion. Very unnecessary abuse of the body. General anesthetic is for, extreme surgeries, like full-on surgeries. Now, I have known people who have done a general anesthetic for a vasectomy, and those people, I would generally find they have mental health issues, which is, it's just common, it's fine. I'm just saying though, but like, if you need a general anesthetic for a vasectomy, you're going to get some amazing results if you do more harden the fuck up sort of mentality stuff. For sure you will, you know what I mean? It's like, it's hilarious that someone would even be scared of getting a vasectomy, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a minor operation, and once you get it done, you'll be like, oh, gee, that's a bit embarrassing. I was so scared of it. But some people out there will have a panic attack if they see a spider or a mouse. I've even known people who have a panic attack when they see a cat. If a cat walks in the house, yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I knew a girl who had a boyfriend, and she was so scared of cats. And I'm like, how could you be a boyfriend, a man, and let your girl be scared of cats? Or, wouldn't you educate them? Wouldn't you have the control over the woman to be able to guide and direct her and say, it's just a cat, it's okay, it's just a spider, it's just a mouse, it's just a snake, it's just a cockroach, it's okay, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be scared of something, be scared of, like, a crocodile, like something that can actually chop you up. Chop. Be scared of reactions to certain medications. Be scared of iatrogenic conditions. Most people on the planet don't even know what iatrogenic death is, or iatrogenic, life quality destruction is. Iatrogenic. Most people don't even have a clue what the word iatrogenic means. iatrogenic. Iatrogenic. It's a pretty fancy word. Most people don't know what the hell it means. Google it up. Iatrogenic. Now that's a concern. A cockroach, a spider, a vasectomy, a cat, a rat. It ain't a concern. Anyway, how long has it had to recover? For me, next day. That day after the vasectomy, got it done morning, rode my bike home. Don't recommend that. It's just still I was only a few k's away from the surgery. And so I rode home out the saddle, just cruising, just taking my time, give my body recovery and rest, laid down, took a few days off work, just chilled, man, just relaxing. Don't wear tight jocks. Right there, it's like, why would you constrict the blood flow to a site that's repairing and recovering? It's like, oh my god. And then people complain of pain afterwards, and it's like, you didn't recover properly, man. You know what I mean? It's like, recovery from surgery is pretty important, man. So I would say all the people you hear about, the mostly trolls, like anti-vasectomy trolls, fake accounts, talking up hype. Like, how many people actually have you really, really met in real life that have had any issues with vasectomy? I've never met one. Actually, I lie, I met one guy, but he was a guy who did a general anesthetic. So he's a guy, no matter what happens in his life, he's gonna find problems with it, alright? Even when his mum found out he had a vasectomy, she made him get it reversed, and he did it. He listened to his mum. So that's the sort of guy I'm talking about, People like that are always going to find problems with it, and if you listen to them, you're going to have as poor a quality of life as they live. Right? Now, I'm not hating, I'm just saying, in life, be careful who you listen to. Otherwise, you'll have You'll be scammed by them, or you just have or you have really poor results. Both. That's worse. Getting scammed and having poor results. It's just like the kids on YouTube who believe the fake natty. People have YouTube channels who are juicing up on steroids and stuff like that, which is fine, but lying about using steroids and telling your audience, I'm just natural, I just work really hard, and my program's backed by science, and guys, I can really do this, my name's Jeff Nippard, Athlete X, and I'm just so dedicated, like, I wouldn't need steroids, I just work hard. And these kids out there just lap it up, and they buy the programs, they train their hearts out, and they never, ever look even close to their idols, because these kids are natty, and their idols are not, and their idols lying about it. That's just... So be careful who you listen to out there, guys. I like to dig a little bit deeper. Often it just goes over the top of the head of a lot of people, especially if you're inexperienced. You got no idea. It's like when people hear about Thailand, and I've been going there every year for 15 years and lived there. My version of Thailand is different from most people. And I can tell people stories about Thailand, and they'll be like, well, that doesn't match up what I've read on the internet and seen on YouTube. Like, I've never been there, but durianrider, you're wrong. So with a vasectomy, what I recommend, and what I recommend to all the guys who get vasectomies from my recommendations, who have no problems, is go home, relax, wear boxers, or in your man suit. Don't put tight stuff around your family jewels. Your balls are designed to relax, alright? I'm more in jocks for like, if you want to have more penile blood flow, aka length and girth and function, don't wear tight pants. Right? And if you do, take them off regularly. So, because your body's not designed, your testes are designed to be able to go up and down at their own accord to regulate temperature. When you've got tight pants on there, you're killing your Leydig cells. Alright? That's not a good idea. Alright? So, you don't want to wear boxes. So, you want to wear boxes. You don't want to wear tight briefs, jock support. Like, what's that? The jock support is designed if you're playing rugby or MMA or whatever. The jock strap, you wear the cup in there to protect yourself from impact. That's where the jock's designed from. Otherwise, you should be wearing that when you're doing sports, when you're wearing a cup. I agree. Otherwise, you should be wearing nothing down there, or boxes, right? So your boys can hang and be relaxed. So yeah, no tight clothing, ice, no ice on your organs. You want to freeze your nuts? You want to damage them? Like, ice is the dumbest thing ever. Ice reduces swelling. Yeah, and swelling is your body's normal response to recovery. The word is recovery. It's hard for me not to get frustrated because people out there are like, you need tight briefs and ice and painkillers and antibiotics. Oh, you've got a gut issue now. Oh, you've got low testosterone now because you froze your balls. You killed your Leydig cells. Well, go and see your doctor. Get a prescription for something you don't need. Yeah. So obviously some pharmaceuticals are great. But why take pharmaceuticals because you're doing damage to yourself that you could otherwise prevent? Ice on you. Like, if I wanted to kill the testosterone in someone or damage their testicular function, ice your nuts. Which tighten your nuts up with jock straps and ice. Frozen peas on you. Like, it's just people out there think, where in nature would you get ice? People say, where in nature would you get a vasectomy? Yeah, fair call, but we're talking about recovery here. You're not going to get it in ice. Like, the human body is not designed for ice. Ice will kill you. Frostbite. Right? Like, we're not designed for ice. Now, obviously, if you're got hyperthermia, you're really, really hot, then ice on the forehead, just put it over your skin, your earlobes, just rub it on your face. So that's okay. You can rub it on your body. But holding ice to something, that's just really, really dumb. I would never recommend that. And a lot of medical professionals don't recommend ice. It's just it's a tradition that started because it was like a painkiller back in the day. And it was only accessible to the rich. Oh, you've got ice. You've got ice sculpture. Oh, wow. Like, you've got a freezer. A freezer was something only the super, super wealthy used to have. So then the wealthy lot use it, and it gets status. Ice become available and good. Ice has no role on your testes. Right? It's unless you want to lower your testosterone, unless you want to delay your recovery, unless you want to increase your chance of infection and issues with recovery, then use ice. So I never used ice. The nurse rang me up next day and said, "How you going, Mr. Johnstone? What sort of swelling and pain?" And so I got no swelling, I got no bruising, and I got no pain. And they're like, "Really? What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just like drinking juice and eating fruit and laying in the sun and drinking water and chilling out." And they're like, I thought I was crazy, I am. Okay, cool. Didn't take any antibiotics, didn't take any painkillers, because I didn't put ice on my nuts. And now people have got ice in their nuts and their balls are sore, and then the recovery's slowed, so now they've got an infection, and then take antibiotics. It's like, what are you doing, man? Why are you making life so hard for yourself? Congratulations on getting a vasectomy. And why are you stuffing up your recovery? It's just the dumbest thing ever, man. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's like drinking Coca-Cola or caffeine after you go and do your training, when you're meant to wind down and get some sleep and rest. Let's finish training, let's take some uppers. And then you can't sleep that night. Then your recovery goes down. Then you train more to get more results, and you're not. And you just burn yourself out. It's like people. Like there is a place for stimulants. There is a place for painkillers, but it's nothing to do with a vasectomy or after training. Okay, painkillers are for surgery. Painkillers are, if you're an Olympic athlete, well, not Olympic athlete, if you're going for a marathon PR, and people, or if you're a UFC fighter, they use a lot of painkillers in the fight. You punch and kick, you don't feel any pain. There's a place for them, but they're easily to abuse, and they're easily to do damage to your organs and stuff like that. So I would say if you can be painkiller free, that's really good. Painkillers are very, very toxic, only to be used in extreme situations. Just blindly using a painkiller, like I've read on the vasectomy support group, this wife, well-meaning, sincere but sincerely wrong. She's like, I woke up my husband to give him his painkillers so he didn't have to be pain. Like, he doesn't even have any pain. Why would you take something, And the pain he could have is most likely because you're putting frozen peas on his balls, and because he's wearing tight pants. And then there's pressure that shouldn't be there because he's the tight pants. And then he's got pain. Now he's taking a painkiller to deal with the pressure that shouldn't be there because you're wearing tight pants and you got frozen corn and potatoes on your little nutsack. You know what I mean? It's just dumb. People don't stop and think. They're like, well, my doctor said. Most doctors are overweight, obese. Many doctors smoke cigarettes. Many doctors have super crazy health problems. All right? Doctors are good at giving prescriptions. And some of them do surgery, and some of them are fantastic like that, but they're not God. Just because a doctor says something doesn't make it the truth. All right? Doctors disagree all the time with each other. One doctor says low carb's good. One doctor says no, high carb's good. I mean, high carb is good. But the doctors don't agree, right? Doctors are like, they're just salespeople, man. They sell for big pharma. They sell things. They do a service. It's not a result-based fee. It's a service-based fee. They do a thing for you and you pay money. Now, surgeon is results-based. So surgeon is a bit different there. You get a vasectomy, you pay. You've had a goods and service done there. But with a result, you get done with your vasectomy. But you go to a doctor, they give you a prescription. It's like, it's a service. It's like, I think you should only get paid when your action that you've done actually provides a result. It's a bit like saying, I've lost my dog, and I'm like, okay, I'll charge you $100 an hour to find your dog. For me, I'd say, if I find your dog, give us $100. If I don't find your dog, I don't get a cent. Logic. But I live in a different reality to most people. I get that. So how long does it take to recover? It depends on what you do to yourself. It also depends on your diet. If you're not eating meat, and oil, and you're dehydrated, and you're running on stimulants and painkillers and medications that affect your immune system and slow your recovery, then it might take you a lot longer. If you're living really healthy, getting sleep, you got a good life balance, work balance, you don't have a nagging crazy woman in your life, or crazy dad, or whoever, whatever. If you created a good quality life for yourself, it's going to be a lot shorter recovery time. So again, this is stuff your average doctor can't say, won't say, because they've got to be professional, all right? But I'm not here to be professional. I'm here to tell you the absolute truth. I don't care if you're offended or whatever. I'm just here to give you the real truth, because I've appreciated people in my life who didn't care about my feelings. All they cared about was giving me the cold, hard facts, whether I could handle it or be baby or be a man or whatever. They didn't care. All right, so that's what I do, just give you the cold, hard facts, and you can do what you want with them. The vasectomy life, man, it's the best. Get a vasectomy, guys. You will have no regrets. You know, unless you're that guy who's told his mum, and his mum's like, you don't dare do that without telling me. He's like, sorry, mum. And he got his vasectomy reversed. Oh, man, what are we doing now? I bet he's got a couple of kids, and I bet he's just got this lady who's just controlling his life, and he's going to work every day in a job he hates to provide for the lady who just nags him, and his self-esteem so low he thinks that's all he can get, and he's just like controlled by her, got sperm jacked by her, and she's just like on his back all the time, and the kids hate him because he's a beta dad, and he's just signed up for this life of misery. And that happens a lot to guys out there, right? So, and that happens to women as well. They hook up with guys, they have a kid, and then the guy doesn't like it, and then this relationship fall out, and she becomes a single mom, or the guy said, I'll look after the baby, and he's like, shit, this is actually harder than I thought, see you later, I'm out of here, and now she's a single mom. So it happens, men and women, alright? Men and women can both, switch around. So having kids, man, is tough, alright? It's tough. Especially, imagine 20 years, imagine having a kid today, and in 20 years' time, damn, that's going to be tough. Anyway, that's the video. How long does it take to recover from vasectomy? Depends what you do, man. My protocol, it just works, and all the guys who follow it, no one has any problems. Everyone's just happy days. You can do what you want, but you only got one set of balls, I'd look after them.